Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Code for Kids. How are you all? How was your day? I hope you're enjoying your day. So in this video, we are going to be start one project which is Among Us game. So lots of children they like this game, so they can start this game. Now, who can watch this video? If you are a intermediate or advanced level scratcher, then only you can start this project, because if you are a beginner, so first you can watch my previous videos where I explained you what is scratch, what is the basics of scratch, why we are using the scratch. If you know all this thing, then only you can watch this video. Okay, if you want a previous video link, I will give you that link into the description box so that you are able to get it. Okay, so let's start this Among Us project. If you already know the Among Us project, just write that into the comment section. Okay. Let me run it first so that you will get the result. Let me run it first. So how to run it? Just click on the flag. It will connect to the server. Press the flag twice. Okay. Suppose you want to see how to play, so you have to read it. Suppose we want a local, so it is connecting to the server. So after this, suppose this is announcement. After this, suppose you want green color, so you can select it. You will get this green layer. Okay. So you have to just press your like suppose you want to jump, so you can jump. So you can play like this. Okay. So let's start this project. It's very simple project. First, we will require these sprites. So you need to add all the sprite one by one. I will give you even the entire project link so you can see it. So we have first sprite which is dead. Then we have our player. Then this player. We have a player two, then player three, because there are lots of players. So this all are the players that you need to add. Okay. So we will just see the code. It's very simple code. For the dead, what we are going to do, when flag is clicked, you have to go to this position because this is the position of your dead. We need to show it, and we will just try to set the ghost effect to 100. Okay, it means there are some effect. Whatever effect you want, you can select from here. And once we will receive the end, so again, initially the ghost effect is 100. If you will receive the end, because we need to end the game, so your effect will be 0. Okay, so you have to add these part inside your dead. Then we will see for the player one. So player one is again very simple. So as you can see, when flag is clicked, you have to create one variable. I think you already know how to create a variable. We will require these variables. Okay, so if play is false, you need to hide it. When you will click on the player, like the orange one, then what we are going to check, is this active? If yes, so you have to set the player to 1. We need to set the dead to 0. We need to set active to 1, and we will broadcast one message which is player selected. Okay. Same thing we will apply here also. When flag is clicked, we have to apply certain conditions. If active is 0, player is 0, and playing is 1, we need to show the player, else we are going to hide it. Okay, so you have to pause the video in order to see this code. Otherwise, in the description directly I'm going to provide you this link, so directly you can click on the link as well. Okay, so once we will receive yes, we selected the player, you can start one sound. So the sound you will get from here, so you can add all the sounds. The next part, when flag is clicked, we have to go to this position. Like this is the player position, this is x-axis of the player, this is y-axis. We need to show it in the forever if we will touch to the mouse pointer. So after touching to the mouse pointer, we need to set the brightness. You can increase or decrease it. Even we can increase or decrease the size also. Okay. So after that, the next part is when flag is clicked, if your username is this, if you will press the key 1, key 9, okay. So if your username is, you can add any username. If you will press key 1 and 9, your player will be 1. After waiting 1 second, we will set the player to. After waiting 1 second, so till that we will apply 6 player because total we have a 6 player, okay. And we have to wait until we want to play this game, right? So we have to wait until your play is through. We need to wait for some second and then just go to the front layer. So this is the part that we are going to add for the player one. Because see, this is the orange player, so that's why we have this orange over here. So this same code you need to apply for red player, blue player, green player. Okay, so once you will finish the coding part for one player, you need to just drag and drop your coding for the other players. Okay, so this is a very basic game as you can see the Among Us. Let me just explain you one player coding so that you can apply the same code for other players. Okay, so it's very simple. See, when flag is clicked, if our username is this one, you can add your name. And if you will press the key 1, so your player will be 1, playing will be 0, voting will be 0, ejecting will be 0. Okay. Then once we will receive like we selected the player. So after waiting some second, again we will check if your player is 1 and your username is not. So we have to just broadcast like we need to disconnect it because your username is not matched. So while creating any game, you have to see each and every condition, each and every possible condition that you need to cover. Okay. Then once we will receive the player selected, we need to show it. We can set the sound effect to 100 and the volume also we can set it to the maximum. Okay. The next part is if player is 1, touching his swipe card and key space key pressed. So just set this swiping card 1. We need to repeat until our x-axis and y-axis will be minus 400 and y-axis is like 117. So this all values you can select, you can add according to your choice. Okay. So this one we did for the player 1. Touching card is swipe and keys pressed. Okay. So again, we will add it one more time. Like if your player is 1, touching his swipe card and key space key pressed. So we have to just set the swiping card. Same thing we will add if we will touch to the cafe download and key space key pressed. Okay. Then you need to just change these values. And when flag is clicked, if your play is paused, then simple hide it. If your dead is 1, so see we are covering all the possible conditions. Okay. Then we have to check if your player 1 timer server and voting is 0, online is 1 because we have a different mode of playing. Okay. So we need to set the active to 0 and your player, if your player is 1, then your player, we will set the player to 0. Then we have to just broadcast idle disconnect because that we received in the upper one, which I explained you already. Okay. Then we will try to add the next code. If your player is 1, touching is scan and key is pressed. So we need to set the scanning to 1. We need to repeat until if your scanning is 0 and we will reach to this point. So same thing we can do for wire. So if we will touch to the wire, you need to just do it. Same thing. Okay. Same thing over here we added when player is 1, touching empty is like your garbage storage. Key is pressed. So again we will just scroll to X and Y axis. Okay. Then we need to create some my blocks. If you already know the my block, it's very good. Otherwise, I created one separated video for that. I'm going to provide you that link. You can watch that. Okay. So we just created three my blocks, which is begin decode, value read from encode, and write to encode. Okay. So how to begin with decode? For that, we need to just set two variables encoded and later hash. Okay. For write value to encode, we need to set the later hash. We have to repeat until your length of value. We need to set this encoded. We need to join our values. Okay, so that we can play it. And we define one more, which is read for encoded data. So whatever we added here, same thing you need to provide. Then when flag is clicked, we need to set the player to 0. If your player is 1, we need to write our encoded value. First, we will add for scroll X, then scroll Y. If that is running, we need to write for the direction and timer. Okay. After that, whatever my blocks we created, we are going to use that. So when flag is clicked, after that, when flag is clicked, we need to set the player to 0. If your player is 1, we need to write this username. Okay. So after that, if we will touch to the mouse pointer, we need to add name for the one. And this is the last part. If we will touch to the mid vent and key space is pressed, so you have to just set it. So just try to create this project, because whatever code we added for this two, same code you need to add for the other player. Okay. So please try it. I'm going to provide you link and everything so that you can watch it and you can start this project. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe our channel and press the bell icon if you want more latest updates. So thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Take care.